Look, I don't know about you, but for me, getting outdoors is essential for disconnecting from the hustle and bustle of daily life and reconnecting with nature's beauty, whether it's fishing, camping, or just simply being outside and present in the now. It recharges me both mentally and physically, sparking creativity and inspiring new ideas. You know, I get a lot of people asking me, how do you find camping spots, or what equipment do I need to take with me? So I thought I'd scratch the surface and make a video about it. Thank you for stopping by the channel, and if you're new, welcome to Out There Adventures. All right, let's get into the video. So if you're thinking about going on a camping trip, you probably already 100% have some kind of idea of what kind of trip it is you want to do. Whether it's in the woods, by a lake, or a river, or maybe even a mountain. What I'm trying to get at here is, depending on where you want to go, is going to shape the type of things that you want to look out for when choosing a camping spot, and potentially what kind of gear you want to take with you. Like, for example, if you were to camp on a beach by the ocean, make sure you check how far the tide is going to come up onto the sand before you pitch that tent, because you don't want that. Trust me, you don't want that. The first thing that I look for when I go on a trip is its weather patterns, because they can dictate everything. So quite simply, if you want to go in the summer, go in the summer. If you don't mind the cold, go in the winter. If you need some inspiration of where to go and you're unsure, Google Maps is your best friend. That's what I personally use all the time. So just spend some time on Google Maps, get on the app, you can get it on your phone, go on satellite mode. You can also go on road view as well, so you can get a bit of a feel of the area. And yeah, you know, you can find loads of places, or you can just get outside, drive around and see what you can find. Sometimes just driving down country lanes and actually taking in the surroundings, you know, you can find a lot of stuff that way. So yeah, finding a spot beforehand and checking it out can save you a lot of time in the long run. Okay, so you've figured out where your trip is, you've found a spot. All you got to do now is pick exactly where you're going to bed down. Okay, so this is a golden tip right here. This only applies to tents. If you're hammock camping, this tip isn't going to apply at all. Flat ground is key when camping with a tent. Flat ground will ensure that you have a decent night's sleep. That's the important thing. You don't want to be in your tent rolling around all night trying to find the perfect sleeping position that you're just not going to get. Choose flat ground. If not, it's trust me. Camping by water can be the most magical thing, especially in the summer. But just keep in mind that at night, it's going to be a bit colder than, say, it would, I don't know, 100 yards away back in the woods. But if you're camping in summer and you're by the water, you're going to be fine. But just keep that in mind. All right, so this next tip is a big safety tip. And it's to do with camping around trees or in thick forest, which that's probably going to happen if you're going camping. So before you pitch your tent under the trees or you tie a hammock to the trees, just have a look up into the canopy and see if you can see any dead branches or fallen trees that might not have hit the ground yet because they've got caught up in all the other trees that are surrounding. Because if you don't look up and there's like a huge branch that's just waiting to fall down in the middle of the night, if that lands on you in the middle of the night, that's going to log you off forever. Pardon the pun. But yeah, keep that in mind because that's a big one. Okay, before I get to the next and last part of the video with what gear you want to take, I just want to touch on this last thing. when you're out there and you found an area and you're looking for a spot, don't just rock up to the first spot that you find. Have a look around. I can't tell you how many times I've been camping either by myself with Jay or with other people where you find somewhere and you think this is the spot, because you're tired or whatever, and then you wake up the next day, you hike around the corner or you turn the next bend in the river and the perfect spot was right there the whole time. Just remember, when you get there, you find a spot, just have a little bit of a recce around that area and see what you can find, because you might find that there's a gem just around the corner and you didn't notice. So that would be my last bit of advice for that. Okay, so gear, you can go down a rabbit hole. So again, I'm only going to scratch the surface and tell you how I split it up into my head, because you might want to take something camping that I don't, and I don't know what trip you're doing, but this is how I split gear up into my head, into these, I think it's 6 categories. And the categories go as follow. You have, most important, your shelter system, then your sleep system, then your cooking system, water system, tool system, and your clothing. I wasn't going to say clothing system, like that's a lot of systems. But honestly, you do have to think about each category as a system. I've said it again. What I'm trying to say is each bit of kit has to serve you a purpose when you're taking it out there, because otherwise, why are you taking it in the first place? You don't want to have dead weight. It's really not that complicated. Follow those categories, keep it simple, and you'll be good to go. Look, to be honest, there's no real right or wrong way of doing it, so just don't overcomplicate anything. Do what works for you, because what works for you may not work for me, and vice versa. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I didn't want to make a really long, boring video and go into too much detail and bore the viewers. I appreciate it if you stayed this long. If you do want to see more in-depth videos, then drop a comment below. Me and Jay got loads of camping and kayaking adventures coming up, so you'll be able to see how like we do it and what we take with us for certain trips. But yeah, this is me signing out. You've been awesome, and we've been out there adventures, so have a good one. See you in the next video.